Hey there guys, in today's video we're doing something a little bit different again. I'm not talking about a game in particular today, I'm talking about video games in general. And yes, before anyone pointed out, this is the same Space Marine gameplay from the previous video. I simply don't have any footage at the moment. I keep forgetting to stream to get new footage to use in videos. I don't know why. So hopefully I'll get some tonight. So, you'll have seen by the video's title that we're talking about video games and console exclusives. Now this isn't a video that I've done kind of research into. We're not doing kind of like a factual one today. This is not going to be like my Ubisoft video where it was like 51 minutes long with loads of like research and stuff. This is more kind of like just like a brief 10-15 minute snappy quick video about console exclusives, what they are, why I'm not particularly keen on them, why I think it would be healthy for the video game kind of market in general for them to just be ditched, essentially. So, for those of you that live under a rock or somehow don't know, a console exclusive is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a video game that is only available on a certain console type. So, for example, Helldivers 2 is only available on PlayStation, for example. Xbox players don't see that game. On the other side of the coin, Halo is an Xbox exclusive. You're not going to see that on PlayStation, at least not at the moment. So it's a game that is exclusive to one console or one console generation. So good examples again are things like The Last of Us and Uncharted and God of War. Everybody knows those games as PlayStation exclusives. They're not games that you're able to play on an Xbox console, and then vice versa. Gears of War, Halo, Sea of Thieves, Forza, etc. only available on Xbox. Or obviously in some cases they're available on PC. At that point, obviously, console exclusive, the term kind of goes out the window because PC is arguably not a console. It's a platform which can do more than just game. But so for the sake of today's video, we're only going to be looking at obviously Xbox / PlayStation / I guess Nintendo stuff as well, because obviously they have exclusives as well. You've got stuff like the Legend of pretty much any Nintendo game, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so you know, console exclusive, only available to certain console or console generation. PlayStation have their exclusives, Xbox have their exclusives, Nintendo of course have their exclusives. If you want to play them, you essentially need to own that console. Now, obviously, the whole point behind that is it's a marketing strategy. For example, if you're an Xbox player and your friend plays The Last of Us 2 back in 2000 and whatever it was, and is hyping it up to you, being like, oh, it's a really good game, and you know, you like zombies too, and you should play it, da-da-da. And it's like, yeah, but I only have an Xbox. Oh, well, you need to get a PlayStation then. And then there's the big problem. Oh, you like the sound of this game? Yes. You want to play this game? Yes. You're a big fan of this genre. You like the look of the gameplay. You like the look of the story. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, yes. Ticks all your boxes, right? You get to the end of your purchase and it's like, oh, by the way, this is only available on this console. You know, the one you don't have? So if you want to play the game, that's 60 quid. In this day and age, it's now 70 for a AAA game. On top of that, it's about 600 quid for a new console. It just, like, no. So now you want to play this new game that you really want to play, but now you're going to drop 660, 670, basically the better part of 700 quid, just to play it. And at that point, you're going to kind of and unless you're rich, and be like, do I really want to play this game, though? Like, do I really want to play this game? No. Like, no, I'm not going to justify that because it's stupid. I shouldn't have to pay that amount of money just to play another video game. But what's my problem with it is, it stops people from enjoying other video games that they may or may not really fall in love with, but they can't because there's a console barrier. I'm not being funny. Not everybody has that amount of money to just casually drop on a second console. And before anybody starts commenting, you should just get a PC. Not everybody has the amount of money to just drop a couple of K on a PC as well. And I know that you can get PC builds for not that expensive, but that's not the point of today's video, and it's not an argument that I'm willing to have. It's not a conversation I want to have. By all means, I'll debate with you in the comments, and I would like to look at getting a PC myself at some point in the future as well. It is on my list of things to get at some point, but it's not the be-all, end-all and fix. Like, it's not a fix to the problem, because the problem isn't PC is better than everything else. The problem is that certain games aren't available on certain consoles and certain things, and they should be. It's stupid that they're not. I don't like exclusives, in case it wasn't obvious. For example, my friends were all enjoying Helldivers 2 for months. And I really, really wanted to play Helldivers 2. I still do want to play Helldivers 2. Am I going to buy a PlayStation just to justify that? No, of course I'm not. Absolutely no way am I going to buy another console just to play one game. And this is where it gets really annoying. Now, obviously, there was this big debate then. Xbox obviously bought Bethesda and Activision. So technically now Xbox or Microsoft obviously own Call of Duty and Skyrim and Fallout and Starfield and Blizzard as well, so Overwatch and anything else. And they could quite have easily have been really, really douchey about it and could have been like, yep, going forward, these are all going to be exclusive to Xbox. No, so PlayStation players, you're not getting the newest Skyrim or the newest Elder Scrolls when it eventually comes out. You're not getting any more Call of Duties, which would be stupid. You see where I'm going with this. They could have done that. Now, obviously, from a marketing point, it doesn't make sense, especially with Call of Duty, because that franchise is humongous. It would be really dumb to just cut off half the player base. But they could have done it for some of the games, and they didn't. Mainly because people were branding them as, like, that's a really nasty thing to do. You shouldn't be allowed to do this. But then, obviously, there are still console exclusives. Now, Sea of Thieves has gone to PlayStation. That was an Xbox exclusive. That is now available on PlayStation, which is huge. Whether you are or are not a fan of Sea of Thieves, obviously, is a different discussion entirely. But the fact remains, an Xbox exclusive video game became available on a PlayStation. So it's proof that it is viable. It is something that can be done. So why aren't we doing more of it? Why aren't all PlayStation games and all Xbox games available on each other? Why in 2024, going into 2025, do we still have this barrier of exclusivity on different consoles? Why is this still an ongoing thing this far into the year? Like, it makes no sense. And I know people are going to say, like, having exclusives is a healthy thing for competition, because obviously you can then brand using those video games. Obviously, for years and years and years, Halo was obviously Microsoft's champion game. It was the flagship title of the Xbox, not so much anymore because it's had a fall from grace, but it was. Obviously, PlayStation's the different kind of, over-the-shoulder third-person story games, God of War, Uncharted, The Last of Us. That's how they market their console a lot. Horizon Zero Dawn is another one. So obviously you can argue, yes, it's healthy competition, you can market using those games, and that's absolutely, I get it. Of course I get it. I studied graphic design, I know how marketing works, I'm not stupid. But from a video gamer's point of view, it sucks, big time, because all my friends are enjoying Helldivers 2, and I really want to join them, but I can't, because it's not on my console. So the only way for me to play with them is to justify buying a brand new console, which I'm not going to do. Alternatively, you may have a friend that's only on PlayStation, which I do, who wants to play Space Marine. Now, luckily for us, we have crossplay. But obviously that game isn't exclusive, so it's not a problem. If that person wanted to play Helldivers, same problem again. They can, I can't. If that person wanted to play Halo, same problem. I can, they can't. You see where this is becoming an issue? And I know there are going to be fanboys and stuff of consoles, and you can be a fanboy. There's nothing wrong with being a fanboy, because, if you like a certain thing and you want to show that you like a certain thing, then by all means, you should be able to show that you like that thing. There's just a way to go about it. So, like, I just want to know, am I the only one that feels this way about console exclusives? Like, am I the only one that wishes, or hopes, even, that going into 2025, hopefully we'll start to see console exclusives kind of break down almost, that it'll stop being such a prevalent part of the gaming industry, that we can start to see video games be broadened to be able to be played on various consoles, instead of, you can only play The Last of Us on a PlayStation, or you can only play Pokemon on a Nintendo console, or you can only play Halo on an Xbox console or a PC with Game Pass. I want the gaming industry to be better. You wouldn't stop people, I don't know, reading books. You know what I mean? Like, this book's only available in hardback, sorry. But this book's only available in paperback. Like, I know it's not a great comparison, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And there are going to be people I know that are going to disagree with me. There are going to be people that say that console exclusives are healthy for the gaming industry, that they, provide competition, they're good for marketing purposes, and of course I completely understand that. And there are going to be people that obviously say, like, no, we want our console games to stay on our consoles because they're our games on our exclusives. You shouldn't have them because of X, Y, and Z reasons. Fair enough, I guess. It's a bit kind of toxic fanboy behaviour at that point, because they're not your games. You didn't make them. It's just kind of almost gatekeeping in a sense. Like, by all means, like, I would love to be able to see PlayStation players be able to experience the Halo series, especially, you know, Halo 3 and Halo Reach, which are two of my favourite Halo games. I'd love to be able to see, like, PlayStation players be able to experience those games, because they're incredible. Same way it'd be nice for me, as an Xbox player, to be able to experience God of War on my Xbox instead of having to buy a PlayStation, because it looks really fun, but I'm not going to validate that fun by buying a new console just because a game looks good. I don't have that kind of money to burn, and I don't think the average person in this day and age does either. There are far more pressing things you've got to think, you know, you've got to spend money on. I don't know. Maybe this video is going to piss some people off. Maybe it isn't, and people are going to agree with me. Maybe I'm going to be down the middle, and some people are going to be annoyed, and some people are going to agree with me. I don't know. I don't even know why I made the video. I've been thinking about console exclusives a lot lately, and how they kind of just suck in general. Like, there's a lot more negatives than there are pros. Like, a lot more cons than there are pros. A lot more negatives than there are advantages to them. And it just really made me question why is the gaming industry still holding on? It's like, it almost feels archaic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been a thing for so long. We've had console exclusives going on for so long now. Surely it's time for a change. Surely it's time that we scrap it. Like, you know, we recognize that, you know, it's not that advantageous to anyone. It's kind of stupid in a way. It's almost petty. Everybody should just be allowed to enjoy any video game on any video game console. I know, like, obviously, provided the specs can handle it, and I know that's going to be a part of this argument as well. People are going to go, well, a Nintendo Switch can't handle, you know, Space Marine 2 in this graphics. Obviously, there are for limitation sakes, I understand. But if there's no limitation at all, then arguably there's no reason that a game shouldn't be available on every console that it can work on. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are going to disagree, or maybe this video is stupid and I shouldn't have made it and I've just pissed a bunch of people off. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Am I wrong? Should exclusives just remain a thing forever? Should we scrap them? You know, let me know in the comments. And I'm just curious to see what people think. If it's just me that thinks this way, or if there's a wider, you know, array of people that also agree with me. I'm just curious. Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. I know this is a bit different for me. I normally talk about a game in particular, or I normally come in with a kind of, you know, kind of something more well thought out, I guess would be the word for it, without trying to directly insult myself. But I just wanted to make a video about exclusives. I've been thinking about them a lot lately and how they kind of suck in general, so I thought I'd make a video about it. But if you enjoyed, you know, all the usual stuff, leave a like, subscribe if you're new and you kind of like videos about video games. I upload once a week on a Friday at 5 o'clock UK time. You know, you've got stuff ranging from this, which is like a 15-minute snappy video, to an hour-long video about Ubisoft and their fall from grace, back to achievement hunting videos. You know, I do a wide array of stuff on video games, or at least I try to. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment, just let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Obviously, keep it civil. I don't want to have to deal with like toxicity and how to, you know, stop people commenting and stuff. Like, as long as it's civil and it's an actual debate and not just a full on blown out argument where people are just bickering, then by all means conversate with me or someone else. At the end of the day, we're all gamers, we all love video games. There's no reason why we can't talk about them civilly. And again, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, have a good day, evening or night, and I will see you all next week with my next video. Take care.